So, hello folks. With a little delay, want to make a little. Okay, now people are just tweeting about the big flow activity related to Bitcoin, but it's fake. It's just fake. It's wrong labeled. We need to be always very careful with whale alert and other different, because the problem is they are using algorithm to detect exchange wallets. They use different formulas because every wallet number is something I didn't know, but every exchange uses certain numbers, words, or whatever, digits in every wallet address. And they program these algos to detect such kind of wallets. And sometimes, and while alert, it's absolutely not accurate. It's not the first time they do that. But they algos looks extremely wrong. And that's why I check them. And it matches very well even to the CryptoQuant reserves, exchange reserves on Huobi and also Binance. But that's something we will talk about right now. Just give me a second. I'm going just to mention that we are starting with the live stream. So I'm on air on YouTube, Twitch, and Discord. Okay, then let us start. We see they did exactly what I thought. So we just retested that area, went up. However, they are waiting there. As you see, they're also here waiting. They removed the wall at 20K. That's something I don't like to see, to be honest. However, because I was preparing also here trade with an entry of 20K, but if they remove this wall, it seems they shifted the wall now to 19.4. However, let us check what's going to happen next. So let me see on Discord. Looks everything fine. Yeah, it seems. Okay, great. So then let us start. It's going to be very exciting because we know, okay, a little bit more than expected. Crude oil inventories, again, less than expected. 2 million was expected, 1 million. They are just mentioning that's not good at all. So in 44 minutes, FOMC economic projections, statement, interest rate decisions, and afterwards, in 1 hour and 50 minutes, FOMC press conference. I'm still convinced today it's going to be pain because we will see some volatility. And maybe we will start to go down. Something I really don't know, because if they are really bringing 75 BPS, that's in my case extremely bearish. Even if people say it's priced in, I don't care if it's priced in. That's a signal that they want to go further with a very aggressive momentum, not that low, or it didn't decline like expected, because the whole inflation was mainly driven by crude oil and energy prices at all. And we know that crude oil prices declined, even CPI declined, but not that much. However, just to bring 75 PPS on the table, even if you see a declining inflation, in my opinion, it's not the right way to communicate to the market, because then you are obviously indicating we will push up very hard with interest rate decisions also in the future. Also taking into account the midterm election, it wouldn't surprise me if they are going to surprise us all and bring 50 BPS at the end. But, you know, maybe they are going to make exactly the opposite and not 75, not 50, but 100. That would be worst case. However, so I really don't know what they are going to decide. But volatility is for sure. So that's going to happen. And Friday, Powell is going to make a speak, something really strange, because he is going to have his press conference at 8:30, so in 1 hour and 50 minutes. And I'm a little bit scared about what he could say Friday, to be honest, much more than for today's results. So we will see. I mean, 75 BPS is expected for today. Let me check the last checks and let us start. I have my Epic pen, everything is fine. I will try to check the comments and sometimes, of course, interact with you, but sometimes it's a little bit really hard to make that, so be a little bit patient with me. Let me check. I need the chat. Where's the chat? Why I can't see the chat here? Why not? On YouTube? Hello? I would like to see the chat. I can't see that. Why not? What's the problem? Sorry, guys. So, Francisco, buenas tardes a Madrid. Hi, folks. Welcome to my FOMC very spontaneous live stream. I thought it would be a better idea than just to make the usual daily market analysis. And I mean, to see what the market is going to tell us, we have now 40 minutes to check the whole data. I think I will skip options trading first, because usually they are not going to make any big stuff. But one thing I need to tell to you. I had the chat, of course, with George today, and many of you know that George is the ultimate option trader and expert, in my opinion. And something he sent me today, and he was very shocked, related to SPY, was the huge volume that is coming in puts short term, indicating. And the biggest one was really big, with almost 31 million in notional volume, indicating they want to see SPY at 360. So if someone is asking 360, what the hell? What is 360? Well, we are right now at 385, and 360 would be, let me see, here. So what they are expecting is that the price is going to go low, really low. Would make sense, because then we would make such kind of double bottom, like maybe also on Bitcoin. We know we have at the moment our current bottom is 17.7. Still possible, even it wasn't part of my strategy, but still possible to make a visit at that level in the next weeks. And then I'm still bullish for the first half of 2023, to be honest. I'm really still bullish, so we need to see. SPY doesn't look great at the moment, so let us start directly with the analysis, and afterwards we can talk about everything else, right? Yeah, I see the chat on Streamlabs, but I don't see the chat on YouTube. I don't know why. So I can interact via the stream, but I can't drop a line there, just to make it clear. Okay, so let us start. Let me maybe just refresh all sites here to have the most actual data. And we start with the weights ratio 30 days moving average. Something that, as we know, last time we went up, we declined. Then we went up again, and instead we went up, even the volume started to rise, but this here didn't play out, in my opinion. Not big. It wasn't such kind of dump like we did just before, just to make it clear. But if you check the volume and you compare the volume, the weights ratio is not automatically saying you, hey, we will dump hard. That's not what it's saying. It's much more saying, hey, we will have a big sell pressure. And that's happening. So I need to make a last, yeah, okay, because I was wondering on Discord. Now it works. Yeah, okay. Sorry guys, my settings wasn't really, okay. So nothing big. Yesterday the weights ratio 1 day lifted up to 47, indicating 47%. It was just before at 35. That was the first bigger dump on the weights ratio 1 day since end of July. And that's why the weights ratio 30 days moving average is declining. For short term, what we need to check is the weights ratio 30 hours moving average. It's the most important. If we check here, well, we can see that the weights ratio 30 hours moving average is lifting up. Okay, so we had our dumps here, usually something that could be short-term bullish, indicating the price will go up. And since then, it's maintaining a level above of 80. Everything above of 80, it's indicating more Bitcoins are arriving to the exchanges. And also that explains why the weights ratio 30 hours moving average is lifting up, something that's not bullish at all, because that's also indicating they are preparing something, and it matches very well to the Bitcoin reserves on exchanges, that could have an impact to the price action. At least it can tell us, hey, a big sell pressure is going to happen. And that would also, in my opinion, match very well to what George told to me today. Be careful, at least on SPY, it seems they are preparing something big. And, well, yeah, it looks like. So, we see here that the stablecoin supply lifted up a little bit, then declined once again. Usually that happens when they are starting to make such kind of bullish operation, and it seems they are finishing it, and that's why the stablecoin supply is declining once again. While, for example, the stablecoin reserves on exchanges, you can see very well, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dumped. But the trend is obviously more negative. No big, but it is negative. So also not really cool. I retweeted from G-Data today a tweet where they could prove that they burned 100 million USDC today directly from FTX. Also, unfortunately, matches very well. Productivity, these whale alerts by whale alert were wrong, just indicating they labeled just the wallets wrong. It can happen if Huobi, for example, is creating a new wallet with, I don't know, a different concept, and the algos of Whale Alert is not detecting it as a new Huobi wallet. Instead, the first thing it's going to make is label it as unknown. Of course, if you see 14, 15,000 Bitcoins outflowing from Huobi to unknown, yeah, the first thing you think is, oh, that's a trap. These guys are buying. That's bullish. Well, I checked that. And the most accurate way to check that is to use different sources. Otherwise, because even other applications are using algos that works like Well Alert. They have certain pattern, they are looking for this pattern and the wallet addresses, and only then they are labeling them. G-Data is very accurate, and I use the second source, CryptoQuant Reserve, so Bitcoin Reserve Change, because of course, if you have on Huobi, for example, a big outflow, the Bitcoin reserves on Huobi should decline. If they send those 15,000 Bitcoins to Binance, obviously, Binance Bitcoin reserves should go up. It's not happening. Both are neutral, indicating G-Data is right, Whale Alert is wrong, and so on and so forth. Also here, illustrated, nothing is happening. Instead, the inflows are rising, but nothing big. So it's nothing where I would say, wow, look, that's crazy. I mean, right now, it's 1,000 Bitcoins. The biggest we had today, that was today in the morning, so we are talking about 15 hours ago, 4,000 Bitcoins. Then we see outflows. Many people would say, yeah, but look, that correlates. Yes and no. If you check the daily one, you can see the gaps. So for example, if I check, and that's why Bitcoin reserves are lifting up, you need to check the 1 hour time frame and the 1 day time frame on flow activity to see and to detect some gaps. If we take a look here, we can see they sent 23,000 Bitcoins yesterday, and only 19,473 Bitcoins were just withdrawn from exchanges. So we have a gap here, about 3,500 Bitcoins. Now someone could say, yeah, but that's not big. Yeah, no, it's not big. They are accumulating. And that's why when we start to check, by the way, the entities are extremely active today, so something we should have in mind. If we check the centralized, where was it? Yeah. If we check 1 hour, you can see that here the balances, so the reserves, Bitcoin reserves on centralized exchanges like it did before, it's lifting up. Usually when it's lifting up, afterwards it goes down. When it goes down, when they start to buy, when they start to sell. Obvious reacting is the volume delta. If you're selling more than buying, obviously what happens to the price? It goes down. If you're buying more than selling, obviously what happens? It goes up. Illustrated very well in volume delta. The difference here is we don't have an aggregated volume delta. We have aggregated CBDs, but we don't have aggregated volume deltas. That would be extremely attractive, in my opinion, very sexy, but we don't have that. However, if we check that, we will see, and I can show you here, for example, while we went up, like here on Binance, we had here a negative volume delta, another negative volume delta, and again a negative volume delta, and finally again a negative volume delta. We know that we're selling the way up, all the way up. Is that bullish? In my opinion, it's not. It's not. Usually they won't sell here if they know we will go up extremely more to the upside. We can go. I mean, we will see what's going to happen in 30 minutes, and maybe we will go up, break this area, go up to go even more. I'm not trading at the moment. If we go up, I will trade. I will short. We will see. Not big. Also not using a big leverage. But in my opinion, the tendency is more to the downside at the moment than to the upside. I'm still, and that would be my bearish bullish scenario, go down 77, go up again and then maybe make 24, 25 or whatever. Could be possible, but it's going to be a process. It's not going to happen in 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. It can take weeks. And that's why I'm a little bit scared about Friday's Powell speak. Okay, so let us go forward and we will check alert. They are accumulating Bitcoins on centralized exchanges, on spot, not derivative. We are only talking about spot. So we really need to be extremely careful here. Someone has issues with the connection? I hope not. No, I can't tell you why. Because it pumped crazy, it dumped afterwards. What does that mean? Usually that means someone was expecting it happen, it seems, or maybe was driving the market at that moment, pushed up because longing like hell, and then flipped, took profit, flipped short. And that's why the funding rate afterwards declined a lot. But in my opinion, that's an aggregated funding rate. Usually you need a lot of volume. We are not talking about just, aggregated funding rate. The volume on futures is much bigger than on spot. You need a lot of money just to reflect your trades in the aggregated funding rate. That's crazy what they did there. Really crazy. So someone were expecting afterwards we will go down. And the funding rate declined. It was a very quick operation. Never have seen such a big move on funding rate in such short term, to be honest. The only thing we can see here, and finally something is happening, is even the Bitcoin activity, so the flow activity to derivative exchanges is lifting up since this morning, since almost 12 hours. 1,000 Bitcoins here, 1,300 here, 1,700 here, 2,000 here, and 2,600 here. Afterwards, it declined. Now it seems they are taking profit. Is that correlates with the funding rate? It's possible, something we can't check, unfortunately. Lagging, well, I don't know. Here works everything fine. My internet is really quick. Does someone else have a problem with the connection? Because then it seems that's much more YouTube. While I'm waiting for any comment, I will continue. Maybe I check Discord as well. If someone has a problem there, but doesn't look like. Okay. Everyone has problems? Yes, it's choppy, it lags. It's okay. Yes, okay here. Okay. So I don't know why, but at least it looks like at some people it lags, at some people it works fine. So usually as an IT person, I would say if it works for some people, it seems it's not my PC at least. Little bit, but okay. Now it's fine. Okay. I guess it's YouTube. I guess. Well, if we take a look what's happening here, open interest lifted up, which ratio recovers much quicker than the open interest. And that's crazy. That's really crazy. I mean, it just say they are reducing, at least, I mean, open interest is not saying anything. Oh yeah, I mean, the open interest is reflecting the volume. And if you see that the leverage ratio is rising even more than the open interest, indicates that they are using less volume, a higher leverage, like I did in the past and in the last few weeks. And I keep working on it. I reduce the leverage just to reduce the liquidation risk. But however, I'm not going all in here. Absolutely not, of course. So let us go forward. And check what's happening. On stablecoins, 144 millions, peanuts. Really peanuts. We have here 120 million. So if we check a little bit what's happening here related to stablecoins and derivative exchanges, it's obvious more taking profit than sending to derivative exchanges. If we check now the aggregated, that's the aggregated view only for liquidations. Red, obviously, shorts. Green, obviously, longs. So they are not liquidating any longs at the moment. They are much more liquidating shorts. You remember what I told to you, why they prefer just at every nuke, just before every nuke to do? You remember? I just mentioned that just in the last few. Someone is saying 25 BPS civil war. Yeah. No, now without any jokes. Usually, when exchanges, and we know that exchanges are bleeding, what would they do if they know we will go down and people are shorting? What would they do? Of course, liquidate them first to clean them. Otherwise, they will take profit. And take profit for exchanges means lose money. If they are bleeding, the only thing what they are not going to allow is to let you make money, because it's their money. So, not saying we are going to nuke hard or to dump or whatever, but that really looks like, because the leverage ratio and the funding rate went up. I mean, we were here just after the dump we had, and it recovered. So it went up. Also, and blockchain whispers were verifying, confirming that they were placing more longs. Something that's usually when we dump afterwards, many people think, okay, we are done, we will go up afterwards again. So what they are doing, of course, they are placing longs. And that's why I told many times in the past, what they do then afterwards is they start to place here longs, we dump even more. They place then here longs, we dump even more. When you think, oh, we are done because now the price is going up, they go down again because people are longing once again. So they are shaking out, they are liquidating all these late longs all the time. When people start to say, okay, we are not going up, we go down, they start to place the first late shorts, then we will go up again. And that's what they do. I wouldn't say a new pattern because it's not new. They did that last year as well. But that's what they do. So we see here open interest declining because they liquidated here not a lot of shorts, because we don't have that huge amount of shorts. The leverage ratio also declining, meaning they are liquidating mainly high leverage positions. And we see the funding rate, it's recovering once again. So the trend here, even it stabilized, it looks more positive, more to the upside than to the downside. That's Binance. That's only Binance. On Binance, it looks a little bit different, because indicating they are demanding on Binance right now more shorts than longs. Even they still have more longs than shorts. Also something we will check just in a few seconds. So what we see here as well is open interest lifted up, declined a little bit. So it seems they didn't have that amount of shorts. And also here, that's the purple line, that's the leverage ratio. So also here it lifted up and dumped. Also here indicating late shorts, longs with high leverage, they killed them. So now we go directly to coming, because we are lifting up in price. They see that at the moment, let us go just a second back. They are seeing, okay, we have our breakout now. Oh my God. They will do 20K. However, okay, we had our breakout right now. So they want to push up. We will see. As long we push up, shorts will come in. Also something absolutely normal, because people say, hey, we are going up crazy, afterwards we go down. And that's why 53 to 55, while the longs are reducing. So also something we need to be extremely careful with, because we still have much more longs. So let us go forward. They are just going to liquidate the late shorts now. We are going to check Binance and what it's indicating there. "16 minutes. 6, a cluster, nothing big. Even the volume lifted up once again, so 70 millions. Yesterday it was 50. Cluster. And we have here a long cluster. So if they want to liquidate all the big volume shorts, then they need to go 7 and more to the upside, or even here 15.5 and more to the downside. So I don't think so. Let us go and check what FTX is doing. Some people just ask me, hey, why are you checking FTX and Binance and not Bitfinex or Derivatives? The same algos on Binance, while Bitfinex is using Huobi, OKEx, Deribit, and so on and so forth. I don't know why it's the case, but it is the case. HighBlock is the only app that is tracking algo bots are one-to-one a copy, while the Bitfinex algo bots and the Huobi, OKEx, and Deribit algo bots are one-to-one a copy, indicating, okay, it seems FTX uses Binance, while, for example, Bitfinex is using different exchanges. On FTX, I still don't know what that means here. I mean, $1,800. If that's the case, FTX is really, really, really fracked. Because I never have seen such a volume on FTX. That's extremely low. However, if we check that, I can't see, the only thing I can see here is more shorts at that part, but you know, and this cluster would match maybe, but not this one anymore. So it seems that Binance is the main liquidity exchange at the moment, also for FTX whales. I don't see any big cluster here related to FTX, and that's really hard. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Okay, so next, let us go. Before we start, I'm thinking, should we talk about CBD? Yeah, let us make CBD quick. So FTX is absolutely with the aggregated, it matches very well. I mean, it fits to the aggregated CBD, indicating they are doing exactly the same. And not big at all. I mean, we are talking about a CBD of 800 Bitcoins. Absolutely not big. What they are doing, they declined, lifting up. Once again, it's still the case. Did they decline? No. Yeah, 19.5. Absolutely. But what is indicating me 19.5? Refresh the site. Oh, okay. Now it looks better. Crazy. Okay, so also here, once again, FTX, yes, but not that big like the aggregated one. We need to check why the aggregated one is pushing the price up. And right now we need to be very careful because, you know, they like such kind of manipulations. Like, it's a double top, now let us dump it. But we will see. I mean, we still have 10 minutes. So we need to be extremely careful now. Okay, let me refresh the sites and let us make then a quick overview to the exchange walls. Also here, that's Binance. Not even here indicating big purchases. I mean, someone else is selling big. Otherwise, the CBD should go up like hell, but it's not happening. Bitfinex, okay. Also here, nothing big. The volume spiked here. I mean, 150 Bitcoins, that's not big at all. And we have Coinbase. And Coinbase even not following here. So doing the opposite of Binance, FTX, and Bitfinex. So a little bit, but also here we are talking about 120, 300 Bitcoins, 200 Bitcoins, 300 Bitcoins, and so on. So the volume on Coinbase, it's not big at all. Entities, let us make a quick overview. This guy's declining a little bit. This guy's maintaining. This guy's, yeah, lifting up a little bit. So wallets with less than 100 Bitcoins, not doing that much. This guy's declined again. So what they are doing, obviously, what I'm always saying, looking for quick profit rates. Market maker entities declined. We need to be extremely careful with this, guys, but it's not the first time that they do that. And usually these guys are doing exactly the opposite of this guy. So are linked to centralized exchanges. So derivative, spot, and so on and so forth. We almost have 93 wallets within this range of 10,000 and 100,000 Bitcoins. You will find Huobi, OKEx, Binance, Bitfinex. I mean, Binance, the biggest wallets, the second biggest wallet in the whole Bitcoin distribution. If you check their spot volume, it looks like crap. And you think, why do these guys have such big reserves? I don't know. I really don't know. However, let us go directly now 8 minutes away. So Coinbase, also here still waiting at almost 20k. So they need to push very hard, and it seems they are not going to do it, but depends on what they are going to tell us, what's going to happen. So we still have, they reinforced a wall at 17.5. We have this wall already, this wall, and so on and so forth. So we had a wall here, they removed this wall, instead they reinforced this wall, they shifted the wall to 10,000. Come on, guys, what the hell is that? Why lock liquidity there? We are talking about buy orders. It's your money. Why do that? Doesn't make sense. Like here, for example. I mean, 8,000, what are you expecting? However, to the upside, nothing big. Absolutely nothing. As you can see, absolutely nothing. If we go forward, Deribit, what's happening there? Waiting at almost 20k. Otherwise, to the downside, 18.8, but nothing big, nothing. Also here, 18,000, but nothing. Bitstamp, wow, I mean, still there. A lot of liquidity waiting, reinforcing, and even placing new walls at 12.5. I mean, 15.3, 16.7. I really don't get that. Why to go that low? At the same time, placing walls here at 22.2. Okay, not big, but we have walls there. Binance, once again, we have Binance here. They braked. They are hopefully going to retest. It looks like they won't retest. When these guys are not retesting, usually it means forget it. We are not going up. It just means that's a bull trap. Usually what the market does is they retested that area very well. So they retested, they failed here, they retested again, and it was successful. Great. Next, down, retest your support area. If that fails, okay, maybe we will try once again. If it fails, up. If it doesn't, we will go down. It's obvious. So I don't need to go now long. I don't need to go, well, I mean, if they're in an area like they did many times, for example, here, then go up, retest here once again, great stuff, go up, retest, we failed, okay, we went down. That's how it works. That's it. DXY dropping, I'm reading. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, to the rate decision. Really not. It would be just a bet. I couldn't tell you if 75, 150. I really don't know. The only thing I can tell you, it would make sense if you don't want to crash the market. It's to communicate positive, indicating, hey, CPI declined a little bit. So yes, of course we are going to raise the rates. We are not going to pivot now, but 50 BPS, not 75. Everything above of 50 BPS, in my opinion, it doesn't matter what narrative, indicating it's an aggressive monetary policy. And unfortunately, that would match very well to 3 or 4 times he quoted Paul Volcker. Paul Volcker was a very aggressive monetary politician. And we know how it ended. Absolutely not well. So I hope that's not the worst. A wall at 14K. They placed a wall at 7.5 once again. Something where I say, for what? At least they removed here at 13K. What can we see? They are placing here a wall, nothing big at all, but also here relatively new at 21,800. At the moment, as you see, they are trying to push the price or maintain the price below of 19.6. That's not a wall. So as you see, it's going to change. So meaning they are the price. So now we need to be extremely quick. They removed this wall at 20,000. It looks like they shifted to the low area. Maybe because they are noticing, hey, the rate decision is coming. We can't push up even more. So possible. Let us go forward. Bitfinex, spot. What's happening here? Also here, they have a wall at 21K. At the moment, also here at 20,176, waiting there. Limiting the way down at 17.5 with a new wall. That's it. The last next wall would be here at 16K. Could indicate, if Bitfinex is the main driver here, that's it. 16K could be the bottom. In my opinion, we are not going to see a new low, but we will see. So FTX, perp, here, a lot of volume between, I would say, something 18K to 16.5. It's perp, indicating they want to long there, not indicating they're buying, selling, whatever. So shorts, longs, that's what's happening here. Also here at 19.9, you can see here a cluster of volume indicating they don't want to let the price at the moment go up. Could change in 1 minute. We see here they removed the wall at 20,400. So more, let us go. FTX spot. Also here, big volume. A cluster indicating they don't want to let the price go up that much. Take a look what they decided. Can we see that? Come on, show me. Fed. Oh no. No, nothing is happening. Hello? Economic calendar. I can't see that. I really can't see that. Well, perfect. Where is the interest rate? Oh yeah, 75 PPS it seems. Okay. Well, it's priced in, they said. As mentioned, 75 PPS extremely bearish, because it's indicating you that the Fed is going to punish. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Wow. We will see. And as mentioned, today only volatility, and I'm really scared about Friday. So we will see how far they want to go now. So we went up. They pushed very hard. They almost meet here the trend line. So we need to see how far they want to go. They are trying to push up. Pure volatility. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, all the time. SPY did the same. Is DXY lifting up? Wow, braked 110. Now we are on 111. Let us take a look on on Binance. The volume delta indicating here 830 volume delta, indicating they are selling more than buying at the moment, of course. 845, now reducing, 840. Bulls are trading 800. Oh my God. So we did almost 20k. Crap. Any questions? No. So, well, Murat, you know, 100 would let them almost crash the market. And it makes sense. Because 100, if you are now rising the interest rates by 100 BPS, even if your inflation declined a little bit, not big, as mentioned, less than expected, it's over. It's over. Institutionals will just let the market fall like a stone. Even, it seems, they are preparing exactly that. Otherwise, they wouldn't spend millions and millions and millions and millions on SPY. So 75 is not priced in. 75 for institutionals is indicating that the monetary policy that it's driving right now, the Fed, is extremely aggressive. And that's what I said just before. I don't care. The only thing where I would care related to the interest rate is not the count. I don't care if it's 50 BPS, 75. It's what they are communicating to the market. So, yeah. So they did. I had a 20k mine. Let us go up a little bit. Come on. It's crazy. It's really crazy. You guys know I'm bearish, and you guys, but I wasn't expecting 75 PPS. That's really crazy. Wow, Fed. Wow. And the problem is, the ECB has to follow. It's obvious, because the US dollar is just winning more and more and more. It's strong. I mean, what we are seeing here is a comparison, mainly a comparison between US dollar and euro. So the ECB has to follow it, but the ECB can't do it because of the whole structure that we have with our members, with the European Union. We have very weak economies, very sensitive economies, and the European Union, if we follow, and we need to, because otherwise the euro is going to hell. You can imagine what happens. That's crazy what they are doing. I don't want to see what the Japanese government is going to say after that. I mean, the Chinese are pissed. They said just a few months ago that that's really crazy. Really, really crazy. So, yeah. It's going to be fun for bears, not for bulls. Absolutely not. However, if they keep doing it, the only bullish scenario I have in mind is really that they are pushing that hard that inflation will flip. So it will start to decline, but not because their monetary policy is now having a positive effect to the monetary system. It's just because, of course, many companies, because equities, stocks, value of the company, and so on and so forth, you have stakeholders. What will you tell you to your stakeholders? Yeah, I know you are losing money, but we still have all our stuff? No, of course not. So what is the consequence of all what they are doing? They will start to, reduce their stuff. What does that mean? Well, if you are noticing that your neighbors are losing their jobs, it makes something with you and your mind. You will start to have fear. And that's where you start to rethink every time when you will start to consume. You will not say, hey darling, what do you think? Should we buy an SUV this year? No, you will say, hey, do you know what? Let us keep the money because the market looks extremely tough. Did you see Joe? He lost his job. Did you see Michael? He lost his job. We could be the next. So what's the consequence of that? Deflation. What does that mean? The whole consumer behavior of the citizens will change. People will stop consuming. And that's the worst case. The Japanese can talk about, try to avoid, to prevent, to have a deflation. Because it's extremely difficult when you are in such deflation. That's like a trap. It's really difficult just to leave that area and to go up. Inflation and the fiat system and the whole monetary system we are living in is inflation not our enemy. Of course, only if it maintains at a level of 2%. And that's why every central bankers always say 2%, 2%, 2%. It doesn't mean if it's ECB, it doesn't mean if it's the Fed, it doesn't mean, however, the Fed, because it gave us the opportunity to react in case the economy is flipping and the inflation starts to decline even more because the consumer behavior is changing. And that's a big, big, huge problem. And what they are to decline very hard. And the only thing they can do then is to pivot. Just to break, to stop the pace of this falling inflation. And even then, it will not work anymore. Because that's a process. Like I said just several weeks ago with unemployment rate, when people said, yeah, but look, I mean, people are not losing their jobs. Now they are losing their jobs because it's a process. Behind every decision, you have a long, long chain of processes. Working councils, representation of workers, social plan to reduce your staff, and so on and so forth. I mean, even the board needs to rethink how to reduce the staff. I mean, they have projects still pending or currently running projects. They need to rethink, okay, what kind of projects we can close. Same with the consumer behavior. You can't flip the consumer behavior just saying, hey, we will pivot, we will print again, and so on and so forth. That's not going to happen. Absolutely not. So, yeah, Does way markets down, VIX down, makes a lot of sense once again. Yeah, you are right. Well, about VIX, we don't need to talk about VIX because it seems, I don't know, once I just was reading that VIX is also very well manipulated. It's possible. It's really possible. So, yeah. My God. And the volume is crazy. They are really trying to absorb as much as they. So, the market is not surprising me. We have volatility, but that's it. In my opinion, Friday, and that's the problem. It's Friday, 2 hours or 3 hours before watch whatever he is going to tell us. I mean, with with the current interest rate decision, the only thing I can imagine is to be extremely bearish. We are on track. We need to raise more interest rates because inflation is still too high. Close Wall Street and let us alone with Bitcoin. Good luck. Over the weekend. Great stuff. And that could be extremely wow. LJ, what's happening Friday? I show you what's going to happen Friday. The economic calendar is working now. I don't know why. Let me see. I need just US, where Europe and US. Well, doesn't matter. I use just US now. So I will show you what they are doing. We have here Fed Chair Powell speaks Friday, September, 2 p.m. GMT -4. Does mean for me as a Central European 8 p.m. means just few hours before Wall Street close. And I don't like that at all. Absolutely not. It's from timing the worstest thing you can do to crypto, in my opinion. And that's why I'm a little bit scared what's going to happen Friday and what he is going to tell us. I don't like that at all, to be honest. Absolutely not. And so, yeah, we will see. So just to make it clear, anything today, anything huge. I mean, we have seen volatility. That's the only thing what we have seen. If we check again, you can see we are still in the range. That's a bull trap. That's just a bull trap. They missed their retest. It was just quick, let us go up to liquidate them. That was the whole thing. We didn't, I mean, even if we go up, we will go down. Let's check the whole volume here. But we don't have the power to go up as well. So we will maintain here. That's why my expectations for today was really conservative related to the price action. And that's why I said I placed a short at 20K because I wasn't expecting anything huge, to be honest. But I wouldn't, and that's the thing. I don't know what Powell is going to say, but after today's interest rate decision, in my opinion, it's not going to be anything bullish. And yeah, so I wanted to trade, but I'm not sure now. I'm not sure. I think that Powell will say something. We will have a very ugly weekend, and even the week afterwards will be extremely weak. You know, and next week, let us check, is the last September expiry. And the recent option traders were expecting a price lower than 18K. I think they are right. And it matches very well also to the option trades related to SPY were just mentioned that a lot of volume is coming related to puts hitting 360. And I mean, if we check 360 as I just did in the beginning, we are at 380. That's crazy stuff. That's crazy stuff because 360 is just here, you know. We did 360 month ago, and it would make such kind of double bottom or something. So it's just really crazy. However, at the moment I don't feel that the market is attracting me to short here. They didn't trigger my 20 just to shake out a little bit, wrecked late longs, shorts, and whatever. And I will see what will happen Friday. I think Friday could be a very solid day to recognize also a trend for the next weeks, at least for the next week, related to let me check any comments on Discord. Live stage lagging here too. Okay, then it's not YouTube. A really nice one. Maybe it's my PC, I don't know. So let us go and check what's happening here right now. So nothing big. Also here, even here, nothing big. Absolutely nothing. They withdraw 1,000 bitcoins. So nothing, absolutely nothing big here. Weights ratio still live. Block view. No, it's not showing up at the moment. Let us see if the block helps here. Yeah. Okay, open interest lifting up very hard, leverage ratio as well. Open interest maintains neutral. Blockchain whispers. Reducing both. Still too much more longs, of course. And also here not happening anything. Well, it's also always delayed by 1 hour, unfortunately. So also nothing. Let us check if OTC is doing anything. Okay. So a lot of activity related to FTX. Let us see Binance. Not at all. Can activate everyone. So funds went there. That was OKEX. What is that here? That's FTX, and that was Huobi. So by OTC is declining. The activity related to OTC is declining. Yeah, so it looks for me, yeah, some volatility, of course, but nothing big. Big volume, but that's it. That's absolutely it. Verifying a little bit, so a little bit my expectations. Well, that's it. Thank you very much for playing. We wrecked you, so go home. The show is over. We will see us Friday. Pain. So let us see. And Thursday, initial jobless claims. Well, their experiments will start. And do you know what? While we are streaming right now, let us try if we can watch that together. Maybe that makes sense as well. If you want to do it, just give me a yes on YouTube and on Discord. Luis, would it be possible that they say that is the last 75 bps increase, giving the excuse the inflation peaked? Who told us the inflation peaked? The only one that I know that said the inflation peaked was a 60 minutes interview with the US President Joe Biden. And he said, well, 8.3% inflation, that's, Who told you that it peaked? So, in my opinion, no. In my opinion, that's not going to happen. In my opinion, the whole thing is extremely bearish just because of that. Because it's much more that's an opportunity to tell the market, hey, you know what? We have everything under control. It's possible we will rise the interest rates to 75 pps later on, but as the inflation declined a little bit, we will reduce the interest rate decision from 75 to 50 bps. That's positive communication to the market, because it's obviously market makers, or in general the big volume players, are following what the monetary policy is doing. And it's obvious when you are indicating, even if they are indicating, hey, inflation peaked, why 75 bps then? Why? It doesn't make any sense, because for the Fed, for the central bankers, they want to have the whole monetary system in their control. So inflation, deflation, whatever, you can control it, make it step by step by step by step. We had a better CPI. It didn't decline like they thought it would. Okay, it's fine, but it declined. So if you don't want to crash the market, give them just a positive communication. Hey, 50 bps. Don't say we are not going to rise the interest rates later on, but 50 bps right now. They are not doing it. Instead, 75 bps. Boom. Now imagine inflation goes up again. Crude oil will go up again. The only thing and the only reason why the crude oil price went down was because the OPEC Plus just announced and said they are going to rise their production. Now, last month they said we are going to reduce the production even more than before. What do you think is going to happen with the price of oil? It's going to go up again. And what will happen then to inflation? We are still using ships, we are still using trains, we are still using trucks to transport food, to transport everything. Inflation will go up again. And then? What? They can't say then, oh, do you know what? We will raise the interest rate just to make a positive statement, 50 bps. If they are using now 75 bps, what do you think they will do just few months? They will go up even more. And then we will talk about 75 bps, maybe my own definition. I'm not a central banker. I'm sometimes consulting them. In my opinion, the best you can do when you see that the markets are looking not that great is to communicate the option to do it. And in my opinion, it was the opportunity. They didn't. And that's where I say, unfortunately, it matches very well that Powell's quoted Paul Volcker, because Paul Volcker did exactly the same. It was just nightstick and give him. It doesn't matter. Just give him. Yeah, we raise their rates and then inflation will decline. Oops. We crashed the market. We have the reference. Watch together now the FOMC press conference that will start in 1 minute. Such events, that's something we should do sometimes together, just to watch some bigger events together. FOMC meeting live sounds great. Let us see. The Fed's mega hike, live FOMC, live. Okay, he's talking. I don't want to have you talking. I just... Okay, it takes a little bit. So let us go directly there. I would say I'm going to tweet now. Oh no, that's a problem. Okay, let's just check, because obviously I will have an echo, but and hopefully you all can hear that. Otherwise, just look on YouTube for, oops, sorry. For this one, FOMC press conference, September 21st, 2022. It's this one. I can't hear anything. Why not? It's the stream right now. Okay. I can't hear anything. All today the rates policy interest by, yeah. But why can I hear anything? I don't have a potato internet. I have a very good internet here. A really very good. I don't know what's the problem here. If it's Streamlabs or... I don't get that. It's just not doing anything. Nothing. Huh. But I can see other videos, so it doesn't make any sense. It seems that's really here. Nice. When you try something, it's not going to work. That's great. As usual. God damn it. Yeah, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. But if I check something else, it works. No, it doesn't work as well. Why not? Why it doesn't work? I just think that something it has to do with Streamlabs. I can check. No, it seems it's really by internet. But I can see other videos. But not this one. It's not doing anything. So let us check something else.
reflected in a broad range of surveys of households, businesses, and forecasters, as well as measures from financial markets. But that is not grounds for complacency. The longer the current bout of high inflation continues, the greater the chance that expectations of high are guided by our mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people.
Oh yeah, great.
My colleagues and I
Maximum
are acutely
employment.
aware that high inflation imposes significant hardship as it erodes purchasing power, especially for those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation. We are highly attentive to the risks that high inflation poses to both sides of our mandate, and we are strongly committed to returning inflation to our 2% objective.
So I will try once again.
The committee raised the target range for the federal funds rate by 0.75 percentage point of our balance sheet, which plays
now it works.
in firming the stance of monetary policy. Over coming months, we will be looking for compelling evidence that inflation is moving down, consistent with inflation returning to 2%. We anticipate the incoming data and the evolving outlook for the economy. With today's action, we have raised interest rates by 3 percentage points this year. At some point, as the stance of monetary policy tightens further, it will become appropriate to slow the pace of increases while we assess how to make our decisions meeting by meeting and communicate our thinking as clearly as possible. Restoring price stability will likely require maintaining a restrictive policy stance for some time. The historical record cautions strongly against prematurely loosening
It's incredible.
policy.
It's only this stream.
As shown in the SEP, the median projection for the appropriate level of the federal funds rate is 4.4% at the end of this year, 1 percentage point higher than projected in June. The median projection rises to 4.6% at the end of next year and declines to 2.9% by the end of 2020.
Okay, guys.
Still above the median estimate of its longer run.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening here, why I can't see the video. There's, audio, but it doesn't make any sense just to see, to hear all the time the audio, but without have any vision. I really don't get why it's not working. And it's not. It's absolutely not. I can see my own live stream without any problems, but I can't see this stream. That's... So I try... I'm going to make a quick leg. Oh, okay. With VPN, without VPN, it doesn't matter what I do, it doesn't work. It just not work at all. Not even my own live stream. Oh, come on. Okay, guys. Yeah, and sorry. I'm going to close then this session because it doesn't make any sense. I can't show you anything here. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Wow. Well, we need to see if we can make this next time on a better way. So I'm going to close now. I hope it was useful for you, the insights. And as mentioned, be very careful. In my opinion, still think that Friday is going to be the most important day. And so I would be extremely careful until then. And if I see anything that would be interesting, I'm going to tell you. But you see, I mean, look, that's crazy. 43,000 Bitcoins. I mean, even we have a negative volume delta of 1,000, but 40,000, that's great. That's awesome. I mean, that's huge. It also indicates we have some bulls there buying, but it's crazy. It's really crazy. Okay, so Big love. I'm so sorry. It was, I think, a very good idea to watch the FOMC speech of Powell together, but it didn't work with my potato internet. Yeah. So, your Streamlabs might be restricting live streams when you are live. That's possible? Oh, come on. Really? That's crazy. Why are they doing that? So yeah, then maybe that's the reason. I really don't know. However, we need to see what's going to happen next. It seems they want to push up while Binance, USDT, CBD declining with almost 1000 volume delta. So someone else is pushing up, it seems. We need to see Coinbase. Oh yes, oh yes. Even only with a volume delta of 50. That's crazy. Let us check. We can check, well, derivatives. Also here extremely positive. But spot. Oh, let's see. FTX 750 bitcoins, positive volume delta. Let us check Bitfinex. Negative. Oh, minus 840. Wow, that's surprising me. So FTX buying, Coinbase buying, Binance selling more, and Bitfinex selling more. BitMEX negative, minus 30 millions. Kraken positive, 180 volume delta, positive volume delta. Okay, that's crazy. OKEX negative, minus 170. So wow. Minus 1000. Yeah, so it seems that someone is trying to push up, but Binance declining, Bitfinex declining. Only FTX is right now big here, pushing up, but even here, that's FTX right now. The last two candles, 1000 bitcoins total volume. That's crazy. So SPY lifting up, I guess. Yeah. While DXY declining right now. Okay, even here, big volume. That's really crazy. Well, then let us see what's going to happen. So in my opinion, we are not done. Even they want to go up, we still have here an area on SPY of 390. We are very close to the 390, so in my opinion we should go even more down. We will see how far the XY wants to go now, but it doesn't look that bullish to be. So we have to take a look. Okay, so I'm really sorry about that, but I'm going to close now the session, guys. Hope it was fun for you. It was insightful. Let us see what they are going to do, if DXY is going to hold here or if wants to go even more lower. What Powell is now saying that to reduce their rates, you can do that. Of course, that's what he's doing and saying. And, you know, opening a third door just in case of, just saying, yeah, only if the inflation starts to decline, we will reduce the interest rate decisions. To be honest, I don't see that. I really don't see why the inflation should decline just when crude oil, energy, and so on will go up once again, because that's going to happen. Also, the whole conflict, Russia mobilizing 300,000 soldiers now because of the Ukraine, it looks like that they are expecting something big, and it wouldn't surprise me. So in such case, crude oil demand will rise, while the OPEC Plus production will decline. So what's the consequence? Price goes up. What is the consequence? Inflation will go up. So it's going to be very tough, very, very tough. Volume delta here, wow, that's really crazy. Oh, they are pushing really hard right now. At least they are trying. Okay, so guys, I need to check what happened now with the whole thing here with Streamlabs. If SkyStealth, if you're right with Streamlabs and it's restricting, next time I will do the YouTube video or stream directly with those Streamlabs, because that's crap. That's something I really don't need to. Okay, usual weight streaming. Okay. Let's just check. Usual. They are streaming. I don't see that. Oh yeah, breaking pole speaking now. Oh yeah, okay, join the space. No, I don't want to join the space. I thought it's a video, but okay, that's fine. Well, it is what it is. We can't change that. So, however, be very careful because, as mentioned, I think we will see some volatility. It will come down once again. For me, my main interest is going to be Friday. I don't know what Powell is going to tell now, but Friday could be a very important day, much more than today. So be careful, trade careful, enjoy. Don't spend all the time front of the screen. Big love, and we will see us tomorrow. Your Inspo. Bye bye.